Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the brand new season. We are in the 2021 to 2022 campaign and tomorrow the action starts. It's pre-season of course and Barcelona have their first game. It's going to be at home to Gimnàstic de Tarragona there in Catalonia in Barcelona, and it is going to be our first pre-season match of the new season. Ronald Koeman, of course, is the coach for next season. He has been, elected to stay by Joan Laporta, so he will be, again, the coach for Barcelona in the next campaign, and he has been training over the last 10 days or so with a select group of players, and tomorrow we will actually be seeing quite an unfamiliar Barcelona side take to the field as we prepare for the new season. Of course, loads of players are away on holiday or injured due to the international tournaments this summer, but tomorrow we've got some really interesting prospects who are going to be on show, as well as some older veterans who, to be fair, Barcelona could look to move on. And as I briefly mentioned, this game will be, of course, in Catalonia. It is going to be against a Catalan side too. Probably, that's just for COVID protocol really right now. It's easier to play sides who are very close to you location-wise. And we are going to be playing at the Estadi Johan Cruyff for tomorrow's game. So technically a home game for Barcelona. It is where Barcelona B and Barca Femení play all of their matches. And this one is going to be a 7 PM local time kickoff, by the way, guys, over there in Barcelona. So if you do want to catch hold of this one, whichever way you can, it's 7 PM over there in Spain. So, here we are again, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Ronald Koeman remains as the coach. Barcelona are back in action, and of course, now it is time to properly prepare for the new season, a really, really important season for Barcelona. But the first thing I have to mention, guys, and I briefly touched on it there, this is going to be a bit of a makeshift Barcelona team right now. I'll show you in a minute, guys. I've compiled what I think is going to be the squad list for tomorrow's game from what we've seen from the recent training days. Of course, as I mentioned, so many players are away on holiday, actually, because of the Euros and the Copa America. So right now, for Barcelona, guys, it is going to be a really, really interesting team. Certainly for this game, and probably for the one against Girona too on the Saturday. I wouldn't expect us to actually be seeing many of the first team players who are going to be playing next season in Barcelona's most important matches. But we have still got some interesting players, guys. There are going to be a few senior players available, the likes of Piqué, Sergio Roberto, Pjanic, Titi is going to be there. Then you've got the likes of the Barca B prospects, some very, very interesting players who I'll be speaking about pretty soon. And also, guys, Memphis Depay did join the group training today. I wouldn't actually expect that he's going to be playing tomorrow. If he does, I'd only expect him to get maybe 20 minutes towards the end, maybe even a whole half of football, but he would have only had, one or two training sessions with the squad before tomorrow's game. And then, of course, you've also got the likes of Griezmann and Lenglet, who got knocked out in the round of 16. They are also going to be returning to the group this evening, but again, I wouldn't expect to see those guys playing. So, who will actually play for Barcelona? I'm sure you guys are probably wondering that, and that's kind of what I've been wondering for the last 2 weeks. So, over the last 24 hours, I thought I'd sit down, I'd do some investigation work, and I've compiled a potential squad list. And I've essentially written down everyone who I believe will be in tomorrow's game in the squad list, essentially. So, look, I could be wrong. And also, guys, on kit numbers, nothing's confirmed. I don't know. As of now, there's no squad list that's been announced. There might be one later or tomorrow. We just don't know. This is just a prediction from me. I think this is what the squad list is going to be. So here it is. Of course, we've got 3 goalkeepers available to us right now. We've got Neto, Iñaki Peña, and Arnau Tenas. As defenders, we've got Des there, we've got Piqué, Titi, Balde also, we've got Arnau Comas, Ramos Mingo. Into midfield, you've got Sergio Roberto, of course, you can count him as a defender. Or a midfielder, we've got Miradin Pjanic, we've got Ricky Puig, we've got Nico, we've got Gavi, 2 very, very bright players, those guys. I'll be speaking about them very soon. And then you look to the attack, guys, more winger sorts of players we've got right now. We don't really have an out-and-out number 9. We've got Collado, who's a very exciting player. Yusuf Demir, who we actually got on loan with an option to buy. Very, very exciting young player here, and we have heard that Koeman has been impressed with Demir in training. We've got Ilias as well, who's a very exciting young winger too. And then maybe Memphis Depay will play on top of the recent striker signing Barcelona B made, Jordi Escobar. And I think because of the fact that Barcelona, right now in this preseason, don't have a pure number 9, I think Jordi Escobar could be getting some minutes. So that's the squad list, guys. And out of those guys, I've kind of decided to speak about a few of the stars, really, to look out for. First of all, Alex Collado. I think he's got a big preseason coming up. As I said, not a lot of attacking players right now. All of the first team ones, in fact, aren't really here. Depay's only just come back. Griezmann's future is unclear. Messi won't be back for a while. You've got the likes of Aguero, who won't be back for a while. Ansu Fati's still injured. Dembele's injured. This is a great chance for Collado. He's already been a star for Barca B. Is this his chance in the first team? Let's hope so. Yusuf Demir, I briefly touched on him there. I remember back in March, it seemed like all of Europe wanted Yusuf Demir. Barcelona have kind of silently just picked the guy up on a loan and with an option to buy of 10 million euros there from Austrian side Rapid Vienna. So watch out for him. Kais Ruiz is another player we signed, actually on a free from PSG. We lost him about 5 years ago, but he's let his contract run down, so he is back now training with Barcelona. But he did get COVID, so he's not going to be in the squad for tomorrow's game, I'm led to believe. We've got Nico there too. We, of course, always hear that Nico is a player that Ronald Koeman is a massive fan of. He could be the future of Barcelona's midfield. Balde has got a wonderful shot. Firpo's been sold. Alba, of course, went pretty far with Spain in the Euro, so he's not going to be back for a while. And it doesn't look like Barcelona are going to be signing another left-back in the summer, so Balde has a really great shot this pre-season. And, of course, there's so many more. You've got the goalkeepers, Iñaki Peña, Ronald Koeman, is a centre-back too. You've got Adnal Tenas, of course, who's another goalkeeper. Ramos Mingo's a centre-back. You've got Pablo Gavi as well, who's a very bright young midfielder. And there's many more guys. There's a lot of exciting Barcelona B team players, and they're going to be on top of, like I said, some older players, the likes of Piqué, Umtiti, Pjanic, Roberto. And then you've also got the likes of Dest and Riqui Puig and around the team too. So, how could Barcelona look tomorrow? This is just my prediction. I threw this together and thought, who are the more senior players here? Who could Ronald Koeman start? And I've put them into a lineup. Neto in goal, Dest at right back, Balde at left back, Piqué and Umtiti at centre back. In midfield, you could have Pjanic in the holding role, Sergio Roberto and Riqui Puig as the interiors. On the wings, Collado and Yusuf Demir. And up front, Jordi Escobar. Look, who knows what's going to be played tomorrow, guys? Honestly, who knows? But maybe it'll be something like that. Other alternatives, you can play Peña in goal. You can play Adnal Tenas in goal. Maybe Koeman thinks, you know what, Umtiti, I just don't really think you're part of my plans next season. I want to start someone like Adnal Koeman in defence, maybe even Ramos Mingo. I think in midfield, watch out for that as well, guys. Maybe Sergio Roberto will be played in defence. That'll open up a spot. Pjanic, similar to Umtiti. Maybe Koeman goes, hey, you know what? Maybe I prefer to play someone else to you. And, well, I'd say in that spot, watch out for Nico and Gavi, two very bright players. I'm sure we'll see them at least in the second half. And up front, guys, I honestly don't know. If Memphis maybe was, past fit to play, then he could definitely get a start there, but I'd expect him to start from the bench. And I put Jordi Escobar up there, guys, because as I said, we have no pure number 9 right now in the pre-season squad, so I think that's most appropriate. Yusuf Demir, he's not really a traditional left winger, is he? But he can play across the front 3, and really the front 4 if you include a number 10, so I put him out there. And then Collado, guys, is another pretty versatile player and someone who I'm really looking to see have a good game and a good pre-season, certainly. And by the way, guys, kit numbers, that's not, finalised either. I'm sure players will just be given random numbers, so don't take any of it too seriously. So even though it is pre-season, I did want to do a match preview, guys, and I will end it with a score prediction. I've gone for Barcelona 3, Gimnàstic de Tarragona 2. Interesting scoreline, I know, guys. I just think because, well, look at this Barcelona team right now. It's kind of a makeshift pre-season. When I look at the players we've got available, it's pretty odd, actually. I don't think, like I said, many of these guys playing will even be in their starting 11s for our next season. So that makes it quite a hard pre-season game to predict. If Gimnàstic are up for it, then you know what? They could give us a good game. I've gone 3-2. Who knows? Maybe we're 3-1 up and then they get a goal in the second half. I don't know. It could be 3-0, could be 4-0. Who knows with this game, guys? But hopefully it's good fun. Hopefully we see some players on show who we want to. Some of the senior players I'm looking out for, Dest, I think he's got a big season ahead. I'm hoping Piqué is nice and fit too, because he could still have a big role to play in our defence. But I think certainly the Barca B players are the ones we're all looking at here. Collado for me, Yusuf Demir, and also the likes of Nico and Gavi, and maybe even Balde, guys, because of course, he could have a big role at left back if Alba gets injured next season. So there's some exciting players, mixed with some senior ones. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll be back, I think, after the game. If not, then I'll be the day after the game. But yeah, I'll do some sort of match review of it, especially since maybe a few of you guys won't actually be able to watch the game. I might struggle to watch it myself. So let's see how that one goes. Let's see how Barcelona do in their first game of pre-season. No real pressure, of course, on this one, but it is always exciting to see some of the players play. And I thought I'd make the preview and give you guys some info as to, when it starts, where it's going to be played, who we're up against, what sort of players are available, how Koeman could set up. Those sorts of things, because I know that I was in the dark about them, and hopefully you guys have a bit more info now heading into tomorrow's game. I'll see you after it. Let's see how Barcelona do, and goodbye.